My name is Trolls McGee, and today I'm very excited to bring the second episode in my Learning Opposing Strategies and Executing Responses series, the Loser series. This is a series where we hop on Battle Spot doubles and learn as much as we can about the VGC doubles metagame and try to translate our online battles into live tournament battles. We're just going to hop right on a battle spot here. Yesterday we had a nice little battle, and hopefully we can keep up the win streak, but as we all know, you learn more in losses than you do in wins, so no, not rotation. I don't play rotation. Double battle. Double battle. And we are still kicking it with the same team. I'm going to be editing my team soon, rocking a Sableye team, not Mega. Nobody runs Mega Sableye, but I'm going to be rolling with a Mega or a regular Sableye team here within the next few videos, so that'll be exciting. So look out for that. And so like I said, I am rocking the same team here. I really like it. I really enjoy it. I think I'm going to be bringing it to most of the next Premier Challenges. There's 4 Premier Challenges coming up within the next month. So we'll be going to 4, streaming one of them. So look out for that on my Twitch channel right up here. And we see Josh from Texas, 1598 rated player, rocking a Sylveon, Salamence, Zapdos, Greninja, Landorus, and Talonflame. So we notice right off the bat, there's no way to put me to sleep. There's no way to redirect. I think Amoonguss is going to be amazing in this game. The only Pokemon it doesn't really want to face off against is that Talonflame. And maybe a Heat Wave from Zapdos. And probably Double Edge and or Return and or Hyper Voice from that Salamence. Maybe Amoonguss isn't the best option here. Let's think about this. So, you know how we think. Which 2 Pokemon don't we want to bring? Heatran doesn't look very, very viable in this game. Greninja could do some real damage to that Talonflame, to that Landorus, to his Salamence, to his Zapdos. Greninja's gonna have to come. And he has no real way to shut down a Cresselia, so I think Cresselia has to come as well. He has no option for... Let's bring Cresselia Landorus to start off with, because he has no option to set up or stop a setup Pokemon. So, and I think we don't want to bring Amoonguss because of that Talonflame. I was talking Amoonguss up earlier, but I don't think I want to bring it anymore. So, I think Cresselia Landorus is going to be a good option. Landorus going to be able to Rock Slide. Zapdos. Cresselia going to be able to Ice Beam. And maybe we should lead Landorus Greninja for Ice Beam. I think we're going to do that. Let's go Landorus Greninja. I think that's going to be a good option. Landorus Greninja, because Greninja is going to be able to get an Ice Beam off, or a Scald, or... if Talonflame is in, I'm not going to want to stay in, but pretty much any other Pokemon that he brings besides Talonflame, I'm going to want to stay in, so. Here we go, getting this battle kicked off against Josh here. From Texas, that's where I hail from. So we see right off the bat, bringing Greninja was the right idea. Let's see, if we had led Landorus Kangaskhan here, we wouldn't quite be in as advantageous of a position here. So we see that Salamence is going to get his Intimidate off second, so we know for a fact that Landorus is faster than Salamence, and Salamence is faster than Zapdos. So honestly, we could double up into a Pokemon here and get a KO. I think he switches Salamence out. Salamence doesn't really like his position at all. He might even double switch. I think I want to go for Ice Beam onto that Zapdos. Rock Slide at -1 plus an Ice Beam should KO that Zapdos. Alternatively, I could go for the Salamence, but usually when a Salamence starts out on the field, it's going to want to Mega Evolve Protect so that it can get that speed boost, or it's going to want to switch out. So I think doubling into this Zapdos slot is going to be good. Salamence does Mega Evolve. Let's see if he goes for that Protect like I predicted. If not, we could be in quite a pickle, but Rock Slide is going to hit both of them as well. So Salamence does go for Protect, so I predicted that quite nicely, and we're going to let's see what the Zapdos goes for. We see the double protect. So he was just waiting to see exactly what I was wanting to go for. So I think we're going to want to switch Landorus out now. And Ice Beam into that Salamence slot. Alternatively, that Zapdos could go for a Heat Wave. So what do you guys think? I think I need to switch Landorus out for Cresselia, and then just stick an Ice Beam. I still think he switches Salamence out here. It's not going to want to stay in. And I can have two Ice Beams come in. The problem is here is if he doubles into Greninja, I'm going to lose that Pokemon. So I think I need to safely play for the Ice Beam onto that Salamence slot. And then we can, once Cresselia comes in, we can either switch or protect, or I mean set up, and then Greninja's going to be fine. It's not going to get KO'd as long as I double into this Salamence slot here. So Landorus does go out first. That doesn't confirm whether or not that Salamence is switching out. We bring Cresselia in here. Does that Salamence switch out? No, Salamence does not switch out. So he was predicting me to go for that Zapdos, and I just get this Ice Beam right off onto that Salamence. Going to KO it right off the bat. So that's huge. That is huge. That's a big lead right off the bat. Let's see if he goes for a Heat Wave. He does go for Heat Wave. So if I would have doubled into... Or if I would have just gone for that Zapdos, that would have been the wrong play. So he brings out his own Greninja here. Probably going to Dark Pulse into the Cresselia slot. I think we can safely go for a double switch here into Kangaskhan Landorus. He's not going to go for an Ice move into a Greninja. That's just not going to happen. So we're going to switch Landorus out here. Obviously, the Intimidate's going to roll out, but that's not going to really matter to two special Pokemon. And let's see if he does go for the Dark Pulse onto... So, bringing in Kangaskhan and Landorus here, we're going to be able to fake that Greninja out and go for another Rock Slide. Greninja goes for a Rock Slide of his own, so that's kind of crazy. Possibly hoping for a flinch on those last two Pokemon, but I'm not going to allow that to happen. We're going to fake this Greninja out and Rock Slide ourselves, because I think that's going to be the best play. He probably withdraws Greninja, and who does he switch into? We see his own Landorus come out, so Rock Slide not going to do as much damage here. But Greninja, preserving Greninja was smart, because Greninja is the one-hit KO option onto that Landorus over there. So, alternatively, we could have faked out the Zapdos here, who's probably going to want a Heat Wave. Or Thunderbolt. Or he could Hidden Power Ice, honestly. Let's see if we get some Flinch Trolls. That'd be nice. Flinch Trolls would be nice here. So we're going to get this Rock Slide off. Fortunately, connects with both Pokemon. Let's see how much damage this does to Zapdos at -1. Still does a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, he does get the Hidden Power Ice off. At ×4 effective. That is going to KO. So, that's unfortunate, but we're going to be able to bring our own Greninja in here. And he switches Landorus out here into his own Greninja. So, we're going to bring Cresselia in here and Ice Beam that Zapdos. Kangaskhan... If Kangaskhan's faster, he would have switched out first. So let's see if he still switches. He doesn't switch that Landorus out, so it could have just picked up a KO here. Unfortunate. Let's see how much damage this does to that Zapdos. It is enough to KO, so that's going to be important. So even if he does knock out my Greninja here, I'm going to be able to get a... we still have Ice Beam on Cresselia, and Kangaskhan's going to be able to come back in without -1, and we're going to be able to successfully fake a Greninja out, Ice Beam onto that Landorus. So this is looking pretty nice right now. The problem is in a 2-on-1 against Greninja, Greninja might. So I have to Ice Beam this Landorus here and fake out the Greninja. We'll see what kind of moves he has to go for. So we do get the fake out off on the Greninja. Landorus isn't going to protect. Does a lot of damage to Greninja. Honestly, Sucker Punch might KO at this range. Landorus knocks off Cresselia. That's not going to KO. We're going to get this Ice Beam off and pick up a knockout ourselves. So it is going to be 2-on-1. Cresselia and Kangaskhan against Greninja. Obviously, we have to go for a Sucker Punch. He can only take one Pokemon out here, so depending on who he picks, and even the Sucker Punch might even KO, so we'll see. Sucker Punch does not pick up the KO, but if he goes, it doesn't matter which Pokemon he targets, because you can't target both. We did see that he has Rock Slide, so if he gets a flinch here, but onto Cresselia, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to knock out either of my Pokemon. Cresselia does flinch, unfortunately, but we're going to be able to get another Sucker Punch off and win this game here. So, very well played game by Josh from Texas. I also hail from Texas, so it was cool to play somebody from my own hometown, or my own home state. Fortunately enough, we are able to pick up another win in the loser series. So we did successfully learn opposing strategies, and we did execute responses the way that they were supposed to be executed. So no, don't save that battle video. We are excited to bring the next few videos. We're going to be starting a new series on this channel called What Would Shoma Do? And basically that series is going to be battle videos, verse recorded battle videos, and we're going to be seeing what we could do in lost battles to change up our hopefully change the outcome of battles in the future. We're gonna be studying them. So thank you guys for tuning in. Check me out on Twitch. I have about 115 followers now, and I will be streaming today, Monday and Tuesday as well. So make sure you guys give us the follow on Twitch, and we'll be over there in a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Troll out. Troll.